Baby room. Our first video depicts what is possibly the worst nightmare for any family. A home invader snuck into their house and was recorded roaming around their baby room, while their newborn baby was sleeping just meters away from the man. The man was later identified as Jonathan Gonzalez and had entered the house while everyone was asleep. Luckily, he left the baby alone, but sadly, he committed lewd acts towards the sleeping mother. The most disturbing fact was that Gonzalez was actually a family friend, not some deranged stranger. They convicted him after finding clothes in his home that matched the ones in the video. They also found video evidence of the crime. Dangerous boyfriend. Our next home invader tried to stay out of the frame while removing the camera. A smart idea, if the execution wasn't that ridiculous. Inside the home was a mother with her young son. The man was actually the woman's violent ex-husband. For now he left, but 30 minutes later he returned to cover the camera with a cloth. He still failed to enter the home, which apparently enraged him, because at some point the child woke up his mother, telling her that their car was on fire. Apparently the ex-boyfriend had set it aflame and left the scene. As a result, the family car burned down as well as half of their house. A serious and disturbing reminder of what a toxic romantic partner is capable of doing. Taser attack. Our next case actually features two really dangerous attacks on homeowners. These were committed by the same duo of violent home invaders. The first attack involves a middle-aged Asian couple coming home from work. When they tried to enter their house, a man came running towards them, holding a gun in his hand. Luckily, the woman managed to lock the door behind her. Otherwise, no one knows what might have happened to the couple. News outlets in Seattle later confirmed that this was just another attempt in a series of dangerous home invasions in the area.
This video shows one of the crimes that were part of a frightening spree last year across South Seattle. Tonight, 2 men accused of taking part in these robberies now face hate crime charges. Thursday, King County prosecutors charged Chavez Tubbs and DeMarcus Pate, saying the two targeted Asian households and in some cases forced their way in while identifying themselves as Seattle police.
The ambush. The footage you see here was recorded at an apartment complex in Toledo. The masked man can be seen knocking at the door while concealing one of his arms. Judging by his sketchy outfit, one can assume that he was hiding a firearm in his waistband. Luckily, the homeowner didn't trust the man and asked who it was. The man only answered, "It's me," prompting the homeowner to ask for more details, which the man obviously wasn't willing to provide. After the man fails to convince the homeowner, he decides to leave. Horrifyingly, another man can be seen following him after leaving his hideout behind the dumpster. It is clear that these two wanted to rob the house and maybe even planned to dispose of the homeowners. The two then tried to lockpick the house's back door, and only after the police were called, they finally fled the scene. The Watcher. Next up, we have some weird man peering through the window of a 22-year-old model from Florida. She had a weird feeling and installed several Ring cameras. One day, she caught the man peering through her window just minutes after she arrived at the house, implicating that he had followed her. A really scary thought. For some reason, even multiple reports to the police with the camera footage didn't prompt any reaction from the officers. This enabled him to return just 1 week later. Without any help from the authorities, the woman decided to move away for her own safety. Home invasion. This footage was recorded in Flint, Michigan on April 24th, 2023. The scene was captured by 2 Ring cameras. A man wearing a red jacket and another accomplice can be seen approaching the door. Upon reaching it, the man slams violently into it, trying to break the door down. Eventually, the Ring camera even falls down, but luckily, the man was no match for the front door. The invader then stops his rampage and leaves the door. However, the invader doesn't give up and proceeds to attack the side door. At this point, the homeowner woke up and witnessed the scene on the camera's recordings. Only after the homeowner uses the camera speakers, the two fled the scene, probably fearing that the police might already be on the way. Upon reviewing the footage, it becomes clear that at least one of them was armed. One can only imagine what would have happened to the poor homeowner if they had managed to break in. Fake investigator. Our next case is a downright nightmare and happened back in June 2019. Back then, multiple homes in Chicago were visited by a man posing as a police investigator. The man was equipped with a suit, a fake badge, and even fake police radio sounds. The following footage shows one of his attempts at invading a home.
Can you open the door?
26, I got you loud. Still start District 821, gonna be the 6th person. 900 North Villa, 900 North Villa, looks like PD is with, I think, Ashley Custody. CLS 84. I did a 4730 94. 739, that's Forest across the Chicago Prairie, called by a resident. Nothing showing. Engine 103.
640 George, the individual not answering the door.
As you can see, the man is rather patient and doesn't get discouraged by the homeowner refusing to open the door. He even acts like he is reporting back to the police department, probably to put pressure on the homeowner. However, the owner doesn't fall for this trick, and the fake investigator leaves the porch. However, he just went to another house where this footage was recorded. This time, the homeowner does open the door.
Hi, sorry to bother you so late. Rushmore with the Winfield Police Department. I'm an investigator. One of your neighbors down the street reported a missing.
Sadly, this is where the recording ends. But the man went on to talk about a supposed missing persons case and asked for any information. The homeowner didn't have any, and the investigator, for some reason, just left. It isn't quite clear why he does this little scam, because he doesn't actually enter the house even after the door is open. Many people believe that he was just testing the waters, and after gaining enough courage, he might have further escalated his plans. He was never identified, but he also officially didn't break in anywhere or hurt someone. Mountain lion attack. Our next clip was recorded in Colorado and shows 3 mountain lions wandering through a neighborhood. The predators can be seen roaming around houses and even walking over the front porch. Encounters like this are really rare. These animals usually stay in the wild where they can hunt deer. Stumbling upon them in this neighborhood can easily lead to your death. Luckily, no one was injured, and the cats eventually made their way back to the wild. Strange mask. In our next footage, an unknown man wearing a strange mask is approaching another door cam. He first checks if the door is open, and then, after some hesitation, he knocks at the door. After a few seconds, he begins to wipe his fingerprints from the door handle, and shortly after proceeds to leave the scene. Afterwards, the homeowner woke up and saw the same man sitting in his car across the street. When she called out to him, he sped off and vanished into the darkness of the night. The most disturbing thing is the fact that he wiped his fingerprints. This most likely means that he was known to the police and might have had a criminal record. Bears. This animal encounter happened in 2023 in North Carolina. The homeowner was at work when her Ring camera alerted her of some movement. When she checked the footage, she saw an entire bear family roaming around her property. They actually entered the porch to eat an Amazon package filled with dog food. Another inhabitant of the house ended up trying to chase off the bears and succeeded.